Hello and welcome to Worldwide Culinary Apprentice online classes. We're going to have a little tutorial on piping. So I'm going to be piping with a star tip. I'll show you a couple things that you can do. First thing is when you're loading your bag, you make sure that you tuck the plastic into the tip before you put your filling, your buttercream, your icing, whatever you're using, your royal icing, inside so it doesn't drip out. Second important thing is to make sure that you take your bag and pinch it between your thumb and forefinger. Then turn that bag into your palm and your fingers. This is where your power is for piping. It's not here where you're squeezing in your hand. You have to have your hand against the bag from both the palms and the tips. Now when you pipe, as you push out, you'll see that the buttercream or your filling will come out. If you release, you'll see that it pulls back just ever so slight. That's just enough for you to be able to get a nice clean tear off. So I'm going to make sure I have a nice line and start my buttercream. And now what we're going to do is what are called C's, and I'm using a star tip. So I'm going to put a base here, start to pipe, release, and continue to press and draw it down into a C and drag it slightly. Then from that same tail, a base up and drag, up, drag, up, drag, up. And then you get a whole series of C's, okay? Now we can do what's called reverse C's. So we'll be doing the C one way, and then we do the C the other way. Same thing, a base, come up, now go the other way, and the other way, so that they're opposite of each other. Okay, now we'll also do something called a scroll, or I call it a coil. So we're going to hold our tip right on the side, almost at 45 degrees. Again, tighten your bag as you go. This hand is not doing anything, it's just helping to balance your bag. And I'm going to do a series of circles, and I want them to sort of lean on each other. Now, if you wanted to stop and you were making a round cake, you would only do so many, do 2, and then turn your cake. If you continue to do a straight line, your round cake would have a square top. So when you're going to stop, always stop on the downward motion. That way you're able to pick right back up and continue your C's without seeing anything. Okay? Now, we're going to do what is called a shell border. So you push out, lift up a little bit, and pull back with your hand, up and back. So you get just a little bit of a hump there. And you can see that I'm pulling and dragging just slightly with my tip as I finish. We're also going to do a snail trail, which would be just to press out and pull back, and right at that tip, start again, and pull back, and pull back. And you can do this with a round tip as well. Now the last one we're going to do is a rope. And it's sort of like making an S shape, and then from the end of that S you're like tucking into it and then doing another S. So you cover over where you ended and continue to pipe. So those are a few things you can do for piping. It's something that you can practice. You can use, Crisco. You can mix that or buy some inexpensive pre-made icing at the store and practice your piping that way. So remember, thumb, tighten, palm and fingers. This helps to guide you. It's not pushing any power on it. It's just to keep it steady. Your power is right here. And breathe as you pipe. And when you want to get even, consistent things, you often have to give yourself a little bit of count. 1, 2, 1, 2, and it helps you get a nice, smooth, even piped line. So I hope you've learned something. We'll see you at the next time at Worldwide Culinary Apprentice online classes.